Let's move to talk about making videos, not necessarily the practice or the process, but some tips on how to make videos, especially for English language learners and students with learning disabilities who are included in your classroom. One of the first tips is that you use clear, concise wording throughout the video. Use complete sentences. So many times in the classroom when we're teaching, we say things that would not be correct grammar. We use sentences with many clauses. We say things in odd ways. Especially for someone who is learning the English language, this may be very confusing. Thankfully, video is a medium that's very easy to edit and rearrange and cut and paste, but think of these videos that you are making a long-term investment. Once you make a video very well, you don't have to make it again the following year. The second hint for videos is to have fun and be playful, of course, but limit the jokes, limit the idioms, and limit the jargon. This is not to take the fun out of the video or the fun out of the class. These videos are a great tool for you to build rapport with your students and for them to get to know your personality a little bit. But for English language learners and students with special needs, jokes can be very confusing. Idioms may not convey the same language, and jargon, if not explained, can result in incorrect or incomplete comprehension. If you are going to use an idiom or make a joke, perhaps explain it off to the side. Give some hints for those who are learning the language. It is important, especially if you have English language learners in the classroom. Think of yourself as a language teacher. You can explain the idioms, you can explain the jokes in ways that will help them understand it if they run across these same things in the future. When you're making the video, it's always a good idea to use best practices of teaching. Explain things in a predictable format. I do, we do, you do. Emphasize structure and vocabulary. List the objectives on the screen, not just verbally. Show the vocab words in bold. Use word banks to the side. Imagine that you are in college taking the most difficult philosophy course, all of the new terminology, all of the people, all of the dates, and it's going to be really difficult for you to keep everything straight. These things on the screen with you, listed in boxes, very nice, very clear. The final tip, especially if you have English language learners, is to close caption your videos. I'm going to do an extra video on this to show how I use closed captioning, so stay tuned and watch that as well. All in all, remember the goal of an all-inclusive flipped classroom. Even if it takes you longer, even if you have barriers in place, even if you can fill in the blank here, you can learn this. You can get credit for this. You can move on. You can do this. That's it for this video. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. This is Eric. Goodbye.